All right.
20 bitches in one night. You have a whole day.
20 bitches in one night. We're live, guys.
Not even a woman an hour.
That's a good way to start.
That is. We're talking about Leonardo DiCaprio. He's going to be upcoming guest. Never. And
You got Leo.
he brought home 20
The
girls
guy from
last
the
night.
movie The Beach.
Exactly.
You got him.
The Basketball Diaries.
That was a great flick.
Oh
People
yeah.
are watching already. All right, let's be interesting.
Oh shit,
Instant.
we got 2 views.
We're not
Two
used to
viewers.
this. We got to do the booze binge hour on your channel, and we were like, "Oh, someone's watching it." Like we would just fuck around for like 20 straight minutes, and then like 5 people would come on, and we'd be like, "Shit."
Shit, people are
We're just
watching.
eating pizza rolls. Sorry.
That's
Leo.
all right. We're live with Brian Barganier, Jerry Morgan.
Hi.
What's up?
Hello.
I'm Brian Barganier.
Hi,
Oh,
video.
that's right. It's over here.
There it is. Yeah, it's over there now.
I figure if they can't
so-
hear me, as long as I look like someone, we should get one of those people who do the signs.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
In the corner.
Yeah.
Let me call my.
Yeah,
hang
like
on, I'll
in
call my
box-
friend.
box-
Pause
box,
this.
Yeah. We'll be right back. We're gonna get a.
We're gonna be right back with a signer right in 5 minutes.
Is that what they're called?
I don't think so.
A signer? If it's not, that should be it.
Yeah.
Dear, whatever the fuck you people are called. Start writing a letter.
Association.
Association of Signers should be called signers.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Nice. So what's going on, fellas? How was the tour?
What's up? Yeah.
Oh, right.
I would
was
love to hear.
great. I've
What
been home
the-
for so long now. Well, it's not been that long.
When did you guys leave? What was the date that you guys left?
The 10th, November.
November
10th.
10th, and you were gone until when? November.
Well, we didn't get home, I think, until the 24th or 5th.
25th. We
Yeah.
came back a day early.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, why was that?
He drove 20 hours straight from like Alabama home.
Oh,
Louisiana.
Monster.
Alabama. We slept for 2 hours. And
Oh,
then
right, because we
slept.
did drive some and then stop. Okay, this is how you know, what it's going to be like. We drove from Louisiana through the night into Alabama. It's like 5 in the morning. I'm tired. I said, you know what? I'm going to take a nap. Tomorrow I'm going to really hit it. Stopped at like 5 in the morning. 7:30 in the morning, this fucking jack off with a pickup truck just does a burnout at 7:30 in the morning in the rest stop. And we just woke up and I was like, you know what? The day has begun. Fuck it. I'm driving straight. And then I dropped him off at his house by 5 a.m. the next day.
And I went to the Hungry Tiger that night.
Oh.
And did the open mic.
Oh,
'Cause I'm
nice.
I
insane.
did not do that.
How was that?
Oh, awful.
Isn't it
Make
always?
sure to check out the Hungry Tiger in Manchester,
Every
Connecticut.
Tuesday.
John
night.
Shay's great.
It was
John
actually a
Shay's great.
shitload of people there, but I was just like not in the mood for that wild drunk fiesta
Mm-hmm.
of horse shit.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. There was a lot of people there, but they were like not.
there?
Really. I was there. Yeah.
Oh,
That was the
I
funniest
was.
thing.
I was there for a
dude,
little
you
while.
saw me.
Adam, you're here now?
I was so
Wait,
out of
barely.
it.
Adam Prue, everybody. Give up for
okay,
Adam Prue.
mister, I sat in a car with this fucker till 5 in the morning, went to bed for, I didn't even sleep that long, and then I went and did some open mic. Yeah, and I was a little loopy. And I was hammered.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm just saying it's hilarious that out of all the people that you
Well,
could have not remembered.
Well,
That
okay.
It
guy
was a
sitting
night we
next
all
to you.
wanted to forget.
Yeah,
honestly.
exactly.
I get it. That's every one of those.
Yeah.
But that's not the point. There is a
I didn't even, like, talk to him, that's why.
right, but that's like it's a deep-seated humor to be like, you were there? Like that's, and it was a week ago. It wasn't 6 months ago in some brothel in fucking New York. It's not.
It was,
What?
I don't think you know what date it is, because
No.
that was weeks
Okay, we're
ago.
good.
Is it weeks ago?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because that's the thing too.
I was doing shit last week.
Well, no,
that I
like-
don't remember.
Yeah, he did turn around and do that, but like I took like a day or two, had the fucking holiday, and then I went up to Maine for 2 days and did shows right afterwards.
Oh,
I could
shit.
drive forever. Yeah. What are you looking for?
And I had a show booked for the day for us to come back to in Naugatuck.
Yeah.
Really?
So
Where in
that's-
Naugatuck?
See, it's not just you. It's okay. No, I was at the 11,
Oh, okay.
which is a great dumpster fire of a bar. If you ever,
Dumpster fire.
if you ever get a chance, dude. I don't know. It paid well for me to. I hosted a hip hop night
Oh boy.
where I got to literally just shit on people, like, "Hey, nice fedora, asshole," and they're like, "This guy's great."
this guy right here.
They were like one guy freestyled like his whole rap set, so I freestyle joked. basically, and that's what it was. Like, nice hat. And they're like, oh, your freestyle's way better.
Oh no.
It's shorter.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Wow. So,
No,
you
because
guys-
I didn't fuck up.
Right. Yeah.
You fucked up real bad.
so I want to hear about the tour. What was the first?
Oh, man.
Guys, I asked you a question.
Adam Prue, he was there Tuesday, and he wants to hear about the tour.
You were there on the last night of the tour.
He was
remember?
on the tour.
Yeah.
We forgot.
Was that a good night or a
that
bad
was you
night of the
Hey
tour?
man, before you actually said you could do it, I was actually gonna probably bring Adam, so you guys should
Why not?
fight over that.
Oh yeah, that was something that was never gonna happen.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for asking me if you could do it, man.
Adam's
No,
like,
I
don't know. You
wanted
seem
to.
desperate. I wasn't gonna commit, but I didn't want you to feel like you were alone.
I don't want to go on the tour with you, but I do want to stroke you a little bit.
Yeah.
No, I wanted
I'll
to.
be waiting
but-
for my private Facebook message after this.
Look, I'm sorry. Okay, my mom wouldn't let me go. All right.
No,
I gotta
that.
look cool in front of the guy. Shut the fuck up.
The tour was good though. It was really, 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 really good.
Mm-hmm.
You can watch some of it live that we shot
Yeah.
on this channel.
Very channel.
On
Yes.
the other channel on this channel.
Booze binge hour.
I don't know how it works, but
Don't
it's
know either.
on Comedy LOL.
But it's somehow,
Yes.
if you look there,
If you go to
click other buttons later.
comedylol.com,
we
click
got
on
drunk in a
Booze
parking
Binge.
lot
Yeah.
We did.
and other stuff.
All right, let's try to run it down then. So the first show
let's
was.
let's do
Where did
every
you
night.
guys drive?
Every night in like 1 to 2 sentences. How about
Yes.
that?
All right. So first time. All right. For the first night.
So say
we
the
drove-
venue, yeah, and then one or two.
We
sentences.
drove first
Okay.
night because the
Drove
first
first
show was
night.
in North Carolina, and then we were in Delaware when I realized I forgot the webcam that you gave me. Like that's
Yeah.
how high I was. But which I'm sorry about.
No, it's all right,
And,
man.
um,
It's like I forgot the camera.
So North Carolina, we did at Dead Crow Comedy Club in Wilmington.
Very fun place. By the way.
Good.
Very cool.
It was comedy bingo night, so that was what that was. But it
Yeah,
was,
we're driving down there the night before, and he gets the group mess. I mean, I'm driving. We both get this group message from the guy running it, and he's just like, "Hey, give me
like 20 words you would say
that
in
the
your
both
set."
of you are gonna make sure to say in your set." And we were just trying to figure out like,
vagina, dick,
Yeah,
cunt.
that's I thought of dick, and I was like, I'm out of ideas.
dirty dog asshole.
Prometheus.
Well, I was last, and no one had won, so I just go by the end of my set. I'm like, what do you need me to say? And someone
Yeah.
goes, I need you to say Neptune and filthy.
Right.
So I was like, oh, that old filthy Neptune bit that I'm not thinking of right now.
Right.
That
All right.
Poseidon, he is.
So then that was a lot of fun, and then
Gainesville.
Gainesville, Florida was next.
2 nights.
2 nights.
Great shows. They were
All
fun.
the shows were great. I smoked weed on stage at one of them.
Oh, we did a podcast
Oh,
too.
Sorry. Yeah, we did some. That's the
This guy, Brian
podcast.
Cox.
I probably
Oh,
did. We
okay.
did. This guy.
He came to our
He came to our filthy motel
filthy,
room
disgusting hotel room.
where our neighbors were literally barbecuing out of the back of a truck. And
Yeah, they were like setting fire
We
to
stayed there for 2
presumably
nights, too.
people and trash in the back of their pickup truck, and it was like really potent smell, like unnatural, you know. And then as if there could be a natural smell for lighting something on fire in the back.
So
of
it
a pickup
wasn't
truck.
organic waste, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it was not. I don't know. They were melting like plastics.
I was surprised they were white. So
Right.
I was.
Dude, but
When
then,
you hear barbecuing in a motel, like
dude, so then here's the funniest part, right? So we go to leave, and
It's white trash. It's
Here's-
the other.
yeah,
white people like rob you in a motel.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
That's like the thing.
and that's what we were worried about too. We're like, they're that sketchy. Like, it's one thing to try to sneak into a $50 a night hotel that you use the coupon for, because that's all the cash you had.
the same coupon again for the second night too.
Oh yeah, we did that both nights. But it's one thing to do that, but it's another to do it and then just start lighting shit on fire. Like, that guy, all right. But so we go to leave for the show the first night, and then they
so
start
much
yelling
for
at
2
us.
sentences.
Well, they start yelling at us. And we're like, what? And it just turned out to be this age-old fucking thing. They just yell at him, nice hair! I really like your hair!
Oh,
It was
man.
just,
Yeah.
bye! You know,
And then I knew we were fine.
they had stray cats, a guy dancing for him
So yeah, we did
out
that
in the parking
for
lot.
2 days. And both the shows were awesome.
hmm
And
Piano bar for
the
one.
the people were nice.
And we did one outside.
Well,
That's the one I smoked weed
what
at.
was that like
Which one?
outside?
It
was
was
just an
like
outdoor
put a
bar
botanical
venue.
bar garden in the back of a bar, and then do comedy.
That sounds amazing.
After with people who just lost their shirt,
But
at,
like in
bingo
shitty
or some
Florida.
shit.
Oh,
It followed trivia night.
Yes, it followed
Oh,
trivia nights.
alright.
There's
Everyone
all
was like,
this-
and there was a lot of people, and they were really drunk. Like, not like any trivia I've ever seen.
right,
Okay, so what was after Gainesville?
Orlando.
Yes, the first night in Orlando.
Mm-hmm. We did a
Let's.
like an organic, vegan, hipster food place, right?
What
Was
show
that one first?
I don't even know what that is.
That was a Friday when Jody and all them showed up.
Do you have any good hipster mustache
Who
jokes?
was the show for?
I don't remember the guy's name.
What was the name of the venue? Why am I blanking so hard right now? There was that many shows.
Yeah,
It was
I can imagine.
Not Will's.
no, Will's Pub was the second one.
This was in Orlando, you said?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember.
I would look it up if I gave
That's
a
so
shit.
crazy.
A lot of tours.
Whatever. It was a great show, and I had
It
a
was
great
fun.
time.
No, dude, it's like
A health
coffee
food
shop.
store? What are you talking?
No, it was like the
Oh,
coffee
we were
shop.
at this. That was the worst. We were at this fucking cafe
Right.
called the Drunken Monkey.
Oh,
And they
Yeah.
how could you forget?
And they didn't serve booze, but they had Battleship. Fucking whoop.
Yeah,
That was a great show, actually. I got real drunk in the parking lot there.
Yeah,
And then we had to get our hotel room switched because there was bugs in it.
Ugh.
And
I don't
that's
want-
where we did Yelp reviews. If you want to look us up on Yelp to see what I wrote directly to the Days Inn and fought to get a discount and then free bonus points or whatever, go to Yelp and then search
Jabrian Morganier.
Yeah, Jabrian Morganier, and we both wrote this.
It looks like a schizo wrote it because he writes his review, and then like if it wasn't a different person, I wrote my review.
Yeah.
So it just starts with like, I'm a comedian, and I go, I'm with my family right now. Because I wrote
Right.
just like something awful.
I mean, I wrote awful shit too, but it's like that. It's like our styles of comedy.
Yeah.
It'd be like if we just were one person doing the same, like I just did his set at the end of my set one night. It's the same. And I ended up fighting with him enough, and I ended up getting points, and we started a Yelp account that we swore that we were going to continue to do.
It was
And
over
then we
that
didn't
night.
We never did it
at
again.
all. We never did it again.
All right, so we did that.
Yeah,
And
that
then-
was
So did you guys get bit by any of the bugs or anything?
I did it at a different place. I woke
In a
up with
different
bug
place,
bites,
yeah.
and I was furious.
we found like 3 or 4 different bugs in this fucking joint, and it was like
We just found them. We were
couldn't-
like, no way, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, well, they were just like one on the bed, some in the
Which has
bathroom.
never
It was
happened.
Just like,
And
yeah.
I've been to like fucking the biggest
We've been
shitholes.
shithole.
Is this
Yeah.
picking up good? I'm
Bugs-
trying to talk loud.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
loud enough?
Okay,
All right.
sorry.
As long as
I didn't want to break the continuity.
no, as long as you're looking toward the mic, I took
Yeah,
that
we're
off and
good.
I turned it up a
Oh,
little
all
more.
right.
So, yeah.
All
All right.
cool.
And then we went to Fort Lauderdale.
That was a fun show. We did a show at a tiki bar, which
That
was
was in a
attached to a
tattoo
tattoo
Oh,
shop,
shit.
and that's where we had the outside podcast. Where we were out in the park.
That was the parking lot one. We were talking to convicts.
Yeah, this guy was like,
Yeah.
I don't understand the internet very much.
You were
I've been away for a while.
You were texting me to tell some chick to come back. There were some really cute people there.
Yes.
And there was a midget who was the shit.
Yeah. He had like a cane.
He was
or
adorable.
Like a
He was like a
toothpick,
little
whatever.
Hawaiian midget.
However,
You trying to adopt him?
I wanted to. I hugged him.
Brian is obsessed with that, like
I love
whole
midgets.
section of society.
Not,
Who doesn't?
not like
no,
sexual.
but it's not like a.
I
you
get
know.
like giddy and happy. Like
He really does. Yeah.
I want to like smoke cigars and wear diapers and get drunk with them and stuff. Like
Yeah.
whatever they do. I
That's
don't
way
know.
less creepy than being into him.
Yeah. Like
It's not like a toe fetish or anything. I just want to dress up like a baby, smoking cigars.
no, I want them to dress up like a baby. Sorry.
Right.
I mean, I guess I will out of solidarity.
It goes back to the Bugs Bunny, the
Right.
what was it, Muggsy or whatever, Bugsy?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I
yeah.
want.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Babyface Finster. That's what it was. Finster.
Yes.
Are you shaving in there?
I think-
Google it. It's Bugs Bunny. Come on.
All right, cool. Let's get back to the 20th century. And
All right, so the midget, Hawaiian
Yeah,
midget,
yeah.
you said?
Oh, he does. I don't care about the midget anymore. I'm trying to think of what the next show was.
he asked the girl. No. I want to say this
All right,
part of it.
I'll tell it then.
Oh,
There was this
goddamn.
girl that
All right.
had the nicest ass like ever,
Nice.
and it was funny because I was telling this story to Colton, and as soon as I said that, he's like, "Oh, you didn't tell her that, did you?" And I was like, "How did you know?" He's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "I told her that I was pretty drunk. We were doing a shot,
Very
and I go." I just want to go like on a date with just your ass, like just your ass and me go out and she didn't like that.
Oh,
She
that's
asked
hilarious.
him if he liked poop.
Yeah, that she.
What's her that was her response.
Oh, because it's an ass?
Yeah.
She's
Very
like, "That's not
clever.
gonna-"
Very,
like
very hot
Yeah.
girl saying something not hot of her.
golf clap,
Like-
golf clap, lady, golf
Mhm.
clap.
Like how they're like Facebook.
It was appropriate enough.
Yeah, I got it. Like
We couldn't get a hotel in Fort Lauderdale though because there was a big
boat-
football gang and a
No, there was a
goddamn
boat
boat show.
show.
No, it was both.
Oh,
Oh.
ugh.
Yeah,
show.
a fucking boat show. We went to the same
Fucking
dirty,
boat people.
disgusting, renovated
that's where,
Econo Lodge.
that's where I got bit by bugs that night when we drove from Fort Lauderdale.
Well, that was right, but we tried to go to the one we had gone to the year before.
Oh yeah, and we
and
paid
they were-
like $50 a
We
night.
paid $50 a night.
They wanted
there.
129.
I was like, we're looking at people losing their life in your parking lot. Like, there's 3 people here. One is a prostitute. 2 are possible
People
Johns.
fucking her.
Right, and they're like
So they don't
on
even-
the balcony though.
They don't even live here.
Right, they're like on the balcony.
And
Though.
it's not like they're stockbroker people that bang hookers. They're
That's
like,
just
you know,
Terry. He comes and uses the vending machine right at 2 p.m. every day. He likes Fritos.
Cool range. Cool
Like-
range.
cool
Like,
range.
No, but the
Cool Ranch Fritos.
the best one was that the fucking they told us that we walked out. We said, "Fuck you, we're not doing that."
He goes, all right, 109.
And we're like, "You just told us that on Sunday it's going to be $60. Why are we going to pay you?"
Yeah.
Like you could, that $20 drop is gonna make me
Yeah.
stay here when I know that the next day it's gonna be a full $60 drop. Go fuck yourself.
But the show was awesome, actually.
show is awesome.
Oh,
What was
good.
that
Really
show?
good.
What was the place of that show?
Creepy Tiki.
Yes.
Okay. Then after that was
Was that Deerfield Beach or was that back to Orlando?
no, we went somewhere and then Deerfield Beach. Was it?
We might have gone back to Orlando.
Okay,
Right?
yeah. And that must have been the bad show.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Wait. No, because Friday was Orlando, Saturday was Fort Lauderdale, and Orlando wasn't again till Monday, so there was a Sunday show somewhere.
Did we do Tallahassee?
Nope.
It wasn't Pensacola. It wasn't.
Nope.
What was the one with Kyle? That wasn't that day, but I'm trying to rule it out.
St. Petersburg? No, that was
So that
after.
wasn't Deerfield Beach then? The Sunday?
Please choose a sponsored video.
No, that was Tuesday.
Sorry.
Brandon started watching TV. While you
No,
guys
no,
were-
I tried.
Is this boring you? You asked.
Yeah, sorry, Brandon, that we showed up at your request.
We were
sorry.
we were on the road for 17 days. You have to hear 17 fucking stories.
I was trying to bring
So-
up the live broadcast to see what people were seeing, and I muted it. I don't know how they came
We
up.
lost a
We
viewer.
lost a viewer. All right, let's
Oh,
get
no.
back. Let's talk about something better. All
It was
right.
me. That's why.
Oh, it's that?
No,
Oh.
no, no.
All right, I'm gonna try to find it. Hold on a second.
Anyways.
So okay,
That was muted. I can't believe you did that.
so you were trying to figure out the Sunday show.
Yeah,
probably.
That's what he's trying to figure
Oh,
out.
I'm trying to
okay.
find it right now to see if I can look at the
While you're
polls.
looking for that, let me ask you guys this: was
Yes.
the shows were great, the audiences were great. What about like the people you were encountering in Florida? Isn't there like a lot of like backwater trash?
Oh, real scary pieces
Yeah.
of shit out there, man. There's
No,
some
no.
scary people out there.
Yeah, it's very
Most of the
uncomfortable.
people-
We saw a rat in one of the places we were getting food to, and people just sat there like, "You see that rat?" All right,
We
anyway.
went to like woods of Florida, Alabama, and Louisiana
Here.
on this trip. So
Yeah, dude, it was Orlando. Little Indies, the 17th, because we didn't have something on the Sunday.
we didn't have anything on that Sunday.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
That's
okay. Yeah. So then we went to Deerfield Beach. Yeah.
Little Indies first, which is the other Orlando show, then Deerfield Beach.
Oh my God. Yeah, we did these shows and they were good. And what was after those two?
All right, Little Indies.
That was a bad show.
All right, what happened?
Yeah.
This
what'd you
girl
do?
smacked my drink and set list off my stool because she was upset about some shit I said.
What? From the audience,
Yeah.
you got up
And
and
Oh,
we
yeah.
did a Gentleman Jack taste testing expo before.
So we got pretty hammered,
Yeah.
What'd you say?
and we lost
She
all
walked
the...
in the middle of like a 5-minute bit I was doing. Like the crowd was pretty unruly to begin with and small. Like some of them were my friends and shit, and there wasn't
Yeah.
a lot of people. They weren't really into
Like, it was okay.
It was all right, and like
You
he
couldn't
did
have
fine and
yeah.
whatever. But then they walked in. I have this like 5+ minute bit about sex toys.
Right.
Like it's about all the types of sex toys. So if you walk in the middle of that, I'm saying some pretty crazy shit that you just would have no
Out of
idea.
context, you
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm talking about putting anal beads up your ass and to pull them out like you're tying them to a cat.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like there's some crazy shit going on. And they got offended and I apologized. Like, I'm sorry you're mad. And she smacked all my shit off. And then I thought, okay, I'm gonna describe in great detail what I think your vagina looks like now,
Oh no.
and that
Yeah.
didn't go well.
And
What
they
happened then?
and they talked
Well,
about
I was
him.
like, you.
The,
All right,
the best
but
part was
you're
though-
on my side. Remember,
Oh yeah.
I said you fat twat, you fucking fat sloppy elephant-eared, grayed and tethered.
Wow.
And then she got all mad, like, how dare you talk about my vagina? Like, you've never seen my vagina. I was like, yes, I have. It's hanging out of your pant leg right now. Like, I was just very mad that my drink had been spilled.
The best part for me was I did my set.
Adam, don't spill his drink.
I did my set and I went outside. So I'm outside and I hear Brian getting laughs because I don't know what's happening.
Oh, okay.
And then these, girls come outside and they're just talking about him like they'd done research on fucking YouTube. They found the Jezebel article. You know what I mean? Like it was the entire time I was out there. I sat outside for 30 minutes and they just were out there, the 3 or 4 of them, just even if they stopped for like a second, they were like, oh my God, how can he talk to me like that? By the way, I really like your sandals. Where'd
I
you
didn't
get
know
this?
that.
Blah, blah, blah.
They
And then
they came
they'd
back
come right back to it.
and they were like, he's
Yeah.
still They walked in, one and went, this
yeah.
asshole's still on stage, and that was a girl that we had been hanging out and drinking, and she came on our podcast and everything. Like we thought we were friends. Like this asshole's still on stage,
Yep.
and I was just like, yeah, I have to do like an hour. Sorry.
Yep.
Like,
But then we did the American Rock Bar in Deerfield, and that was fun.
and that was a good show.
That was a good show. Those guys are professional
Nice.
down there. Real cool.
Big ass
I mean,
room.
Very big room. Set up just like a comedy club. But in the back of a bar. They had it completely separated. It was real nice. Crowd was fun. We were worried about it at first because, we were outside, and then the old guy accosted him and started saying, I'm from Boston, and you look like the guy from Mountain. You ever hear of Mountain? And we're just like, oh
no.
fuck, But then everybody was on board. It was cool. We,
Awesome.
we had a great set. Guys paid us,
How many people were in the
shows that we
about
do.
on that one?
that was like a Tuesday night. There was probably like 40 plus people. something
Wow.
like that.
That's
Yeah.
pretty
Really?
good.
And they
All
said it
the
was
shows
light,
had a
yeah.
good amount of people at every single one of them. Like I was
Yeah, there was
surprised
never like an
every
empty
time.
hall. Nothing.
This was,
there was
like
never.
probably one of the best tour, if not the best tour. We've
Second
ever
one in
done.
a row. We talked to you guys just before we went out, and that last one.
These past two have been awesome.
Yeah, and they were
It only
both,
took 2 years.
as far as this, in the black. Like, we didn't come hand over fist, but there's a
Yeah.
distinctly different feeling at the end of a very long ride home to hand each
To
other
make-
cash
to make money.
and be
Yeah.
like,
We're like, we did it.
like, holy
Yeah.
shit, we did it. You don't owe me money. I don't owe.
Wow.
Like, we're not, like, holy shit, we're not in the hole.
we call
This
them
is
black
money.
tours.
Right.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
So you don't know
'cause,
till the
you know-
end, pretty much, or
Well,
I'm pretty meticulous
Yeah.
about everything, but you never know.
right, because even if you have a guarantee
Yeah.
and someone just goes,
Or you can just have
Eh,
fun. Like,
you know.
like something might happen, you need money, or like you're just like, you know what, dude? Let's go to the strip club.
Right.
That doesn't happen.
it doesn't, but you say, No, but like even last tour, like we made it in the black, but we also conveniently forget that my car needed to have its muffler fixed in the middle of the tour, and that cost $200.
oh yeah.
So if you erase that, then you're like, oh yeah, we made, and we're in the black, but like
That
if
doesn't affect me. So
right, although it should, because I'm the one who drives all the time, but so like we do, you forget that, and then you're like, oh, great, and then this time nothing like that happened, so we really did, and that
That's
that
awesome.
was a good feeling. Then we did Foo Bar in St. Petersburg, Florida. That
a lot of free bags of stuff they give out in that.
they just kept. I told people to their face I don't really smoke weed or nothing. And what was the guy's name? He had that weird name.
Oh, that sounds really good. when
Apple
you-
Jacks.
Applejacks. Yeah.
Oh, Applejacks.
This guy Applejacks. After hours of being there, great set, rowdy crowd, like
Apple Jacks gave him some weed. And then,
yeah, and he just gives me like the worst crumpled up, falling apart joint like ever, and I'm just like, what? You just asked me who's doing coke in the back and where to find them. And I told you I don't smoke weed, and you still sat here and
I
told me how
was doing
awesome
that.
I was, and then gave me it anyway. And I was like, here you go, Brian. Like, I didn't. and
Dude,
like,
I got I'll just say I got 3 free bags of pot and a bag of cocaine for free that night, and that was
Wow.
a great show. I didn't do the cocaine, but
The camera's on
I
that
gave
side,
it to
Brian.
I gave it to another
You
comedian.
gave it to Apple Jacks,
I
right?
gave him a whole half a bag of
He
it.
gave it to Honey Smacks, his friend. No, but it was a fun show. It's like one of those rowdy bars where you could like down south where they have like odd drink specials on like odd things. They're like, oh yeah, you only get a discount on your drinks, and you're like, oh
$1 PBRs,
Wait,
bro.
yeah, but even then, like, I went, all right, then I'm gonna max this. How much is Long Island iced tea? They're like, oh, for you, like $4. I was like, this is gonna be some kind of night, and then it was, because holy shit, you can call me whatever you want for drinking that shit. That is a very lethal
Oh yeah.
fucking drink,
Yeah.
and I had like 6 of them.
Oh no.
And
Wow.
oh yeah,
He was pretty out there.
I was hammered. He's like, dude, it was I met this. Oh my god, I don't even know.
Let's not talk about that. I know.
Let's talk about it.
Oh.
All right.
All right, this girl.
Everybody knew that's what you said.
Well,
Just
we
so you know.
thought she was a girl.
No.
That would be a way better story.
That'd be a way. She told me about how, well, first of all, she was
Talking
there.
about the comedian.
Yeah, I was trying not,
No one knows.
All right, whatever. So it was this girl. She was on the show, and she shows up with like this sugar daddy guy. He's from Texas, like 50, 60 years old, whatever. He's
Legit cowboy.
Legit cowboy. He's got the cowboy hat, the stirrups, and every.
So old.
But here's the best part, by the way. Just a side note about that guy. Not only did he buy Brian and I drinks, but he said, "I don't find nothing funny. You guys are
He didn't buy me any
funny."
drinks.
Well, he bought me like 1 or 2 then. Like I
He was a
remember
nice
that.
guy, but
Yeah, he bought me because he came to the other bar after the show too, and I could have sworn he might have bought us
oh,
something
maybe
then.
he did then.
And he bought me one at the other bar too. So
So what did he say?
I was hitting.
oh,
on
he was just like, "I don't find nothing funny, but you guys are fucking funny." Like, so that was great.
I think I made fun of him too.
Oh, you did totally.
I'm very like whatever someone.
You're just
looks
like,
I
"What's
have-
up with you, Texas Ranger?" Like, all this, just.
That's what I do though. I just
He
point
loved
at
it. I
someone.
bet he loved it though. That's what he's looking for. He
He
wants
was
people to say
kinda.
that.
Kinda. Like at
so.
first
No?
he just stared at him with just like the, oh yeah, like that look,
Oh,
and I was
okay.
like, oh fuck, this is like the one guy in the room I think who's not like how
He
if
looked
you
like
get
he
too drunk or
probably
too
had
high.
guns. Like,
Right,
like
yeah.
a leg made out
So,
of a
was this
shotgun.
Florida still?
This
Yeah,
is,
most of
this
it
is,
was in
He had gun. He had a gun.
We were in
He's a
St.
Texas
Petersburg.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's a Texas
In
guy
a very-
too.
Yeah, I know, but still, he probably had a
Oh,
gun
he had a gun,
because
yeah.
in Florida you could
Stand
carry-
your ground.
Oh yeah.
Well, a lot
I
of
was
different
wearing a hoodie,
states.
man.
Carry conceal, right? Or
Yeah,
whatever it is,
they recognize a lot of people's permits in Florida. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the girl he's with, who's on the show, is like talking to me.
At least 45 years younger than him.
Oh yeah, there's a huge
wow.
age gap. And then she's like telling me about,
Her herpes. No, I'm just kidding. Her
dude,
herpes.
she was just like, all right. One time, I did a foot fetish video, and it got 3 million views, and I got bunked on the money. They didn't even pay me, and I was like, do I go to an attorney about my foot fetish video money that I
Just
should've
show her that
made?
episode of South Park.
Then I remember you
like-
can't sue someone for Funyuns.
Right, yeah, like it was just,
For Funyuns.
she said a whole other bunch of fucked up shit that I am so glad I am sober enough now to not, that happens, like
Yeah.
you sober, if you asked me that night, I'd be able
Adam
to
was there.
recite
He
it all.
remembers.
Oh, shit. And then we
stuff.
did, let's see.
We have to read it. That's
Oh,
how.
yeah, Birds Aphrodite. Oh, that's Tallahassee. We had to do a show in our underwear.
Yeah, we had to do a show in
What?
our underwear. It was an underwear show.
Yep, underwear show.
Who said that? The promoter or the guy?
Yeah. We kind of just kept ignoring that the whole tour.
Right, we're like, fuck it, we're not gonna,
It was like a complete I'll say it now, but the guy was nice enough.
Mhm.
But he goes, we do a door deal with a lot of these places because whatever, and it works usually. But this place we did, but it was a free show. So we were like, how do we get 100% of the door if nothing? He's like, oh, it's like a donation thing. So it's like we have to do this for donations in our underwear. Now I have herpes.
Right.
But we did it.
Yeah,
I turned it into like a thing in my act where I walked up there with all my clothes on. They were all mad, and I was like, every time a joke bombs, I'll take off some piece of clothing.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
And then I just did, like, 10 minutes in, I was in my underwear anyways, and then I just did like another half hour.
Oh.
Yeah, I was standing off. I didn't even think of that. I was just standing off. Here's the best part. They didn't have a changing room.
The people.
Yeah, I was outside and they announced me. I was smoking a cigarette because I was just like, I'm not gonna fucking do it. Like,
So did the audience was there in their underwear too,
No,
or just,
just the
No,
comedians.
no, just the comedian.
and
That's so weird.
none of it was good.
Oh no.
Right.
Like aesthetically.
Yeah, no, there was the one guy who looked like a Ken doll, who he was like in the army and stuff.
Yeah, I don't like that though.
I'm just trying to be fair to, you know.
That's what you.
There was.
That's what you get for.
There's no hot girls, is what you're. Oh yeah, okay.
There
Peace
was
wasn't on
one,
that show.
There was that girl in the slip, but
No,
it was just
no.
not.
There was no one was hot on the show.
But I just remember,
except
like-
that dude. He was mad hot.
Right, that dude.
He was a good looking dude.
Good looking guy. And it was just such a weird feeling because there's no changing room. So I had to take off all my clothes at the end of the bar.
Another
and
reason
then I'm
why
just-
I didn't want to do it.
And then I'm just standing there, and this.
I remember
Waiting to go
Can I
off?
just remember? This is
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
saw. I saw Jerry doing that, and the guy's announcing him, and then he remembers he's gonna do one more joke, so Jerry just kind of does this like,
Yeah. Dude,
like
I
so. Other
fucking
guys doing like,
hated
so I was at the store the other. He's like, are you ready for another comedian? All right, so I was at Walgreens, and
it.
let
Yeah,
me
dude.
tell you,
I
like,
fucking.
it
It
was-
was. And then he forgot my name.
yeah, he said like fucking.
He said like Jerry Brown or something.
Jerry Brown.
he did,
Like,
dude
that
said
was-
my last name perfectly, which
Yeah.
never happened. Jerry Brown.
Yeah, dude.
Jerry Brown, everybody.
And it was just like.
Did you correct him, or you just
Dude,
wanted
he
to
was-
correct him?
I want.
Jerry Brown was way funnier than you.
Yeah.
Jerry Brown killed.
Jerry Brown had a great set. Jerry Morgan killed himself, but Jerry Brown.
Jerry Brown was awesome, dude. I couldn't follow that.
Jesus Christ, Adam's yawning. You're watching television. Why the fuck are we here? No wonder he forgot you were at that mic.
We could talk about something else, but that was
No, that's
No,
hilarious.
There's
Yeah.
only 2 more shows. Then we went to Alabama.
Alchemy Tavern,
Where we
they had a
performed
guy
in a-
singing fucking emo acoustic songs trying to kill himself during a whole set. We
I
a
have the show
recording.
recorded.
Yeah.
And did you hear that recording?
I did.
It's
I was like,
fucking wild.
I was like, I got this great, like, if I just could take out that guy, I've got a great
I can't
CD
even hear the
record-
guy in my set.
It is loud as shit in mine. It's just like I'm doing this joke.
I got
You hear the last bit in the
glasses
background. You hear.
Wait a minute. So
I
he
got
was
people dropping
recording this
glasses.
while you were performing.
We recorded. Yeah,
we recorded
asked the guy
3
to
shows
record.
on this tour.
Yeah.
We recorded that one in Orlando where the chick got outraged.
Right. Yeah.
This show.
Very high
where-
quality,
which
by
was-
the way. That came back.
Which was in an old brothel building.
Yep.
And
And it was their last show.
and it was where the Confederate flag was made.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that was a great show too. Though. It
In
was
Alabama?
rowdy.
Yep.
Yeah, it was real rowdy and real weird.
so is this like on the coast? Because you. cut
Yeah,
through?
Mobile.
It was
Mobile. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
So,
Awesome.
because yeah, we came up from Tallahassee, past Pensacola to Mobile, and then the last show after that, which was in
Lafayette.
Lafayette, Louisiana.
Oh, that
and
was
we recorded
awesome.
that show too. That
Yeah.
show was pretty good. Did you listen to that one?
You told me that they only gave you yours.
Oh, I asked him. He said he has you, but he didn't edit it yet.
Oh. Well then, no, I haven't.
We'll message him, Jason P. Leonard.
All right, Jason P. Leonard.
He's got a
Getting
big
message
he's
right
got-
now.
He's got a huge fucking beard.
JP
These guys
Leonard.
can just, I don't know.
He's
go on and
a
watch
comedian
television.
too.
I'm
He's
gonna-
funny. He's a funny comedian
Dick.
that I know.
That reminds me of you guys saying with the guy singing in the background, because I've been
Yeah.
running a mic at Joker's on Sundays,
Mhm.
and they'll have a show in the main room. They have benefit shows and stuff. In the last one we did, we got to hear comedians, in the open mic doing a joke, and then they would end their joke, nobody would laugh, and then you would hear like Matt Wally killing it. Like he'd say something funny and everybody would laugh because he was on the main show and it was packed in
I
the other
see.
room.
Yeah.
So you just every time there was silence, you would just hear funnier joke and better response, and then you
So
track
wait,
the
did the
That's
opposite happen then? Can you hear
No,
your
no.
show in there?
no, because we had it. Our speaker was pointing away and it was down more. Yeah, so
They do Sunday shows at Joker's?
they do Sunday benefits. Yeah,
Oh, it's
mostly
benefit.
benefits.
I-
Well,
I
they
don't
will
know
do a
if I
show
missed
though
that.
if you want to do one. I think I'm gonna do a benefit show.
Last time I ran a show there, no one showed up, so
Oh, all right.
Yeah, we tried to do an OBJ.
it's not anything against
show
them.
there.
I just don't have a draw.
Oh, gotcha.
And it's their 10:30 show. They've had guys who, you know, like a pretty big, and just not do.
We should do a show
so.
there.
Yeah.
Us four.
Sunday night. Let's
And
do
then
it
someone
Sunday.
someone can do it if it's a 20-person bringer for them in the back room. We sold out the back room. We did it, you guys. We sold out the
We
couch.
sold it out.
Is it like the same that it's always been set up like?
No, it's all
No?
chairs now. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
totally empty. It looks nice. It looks like a little New York basement room kind of.
We got a viewer back.
All
Look at
right.
We
that.
did it. We've had.
Well, we had 3, then 2, now 3 again.
Yeah, sweet. So the first thing he does is like, ah!
We got a viewer. Watch
I opened
this.
the beers.
Yeah, so the hookah.
That was the whole
yeah, that
tour,
was,
man.
Yeah, hookah
it wasn't even
great.
a hookah bar. It was supposed to be
No,
one in
they
Lafayette.
call it that. They don't have any of that
so it's
shit.
You can
called
smoke
it.
cigarettes in there though.
Right.
Oh,
Louisiana,
yeah.
they don't give a fuck about
Yeah,
anything.
they don't.
Yeah, Louisiana, we could do that.
I didn't even
We
eat
did
my
that
Mexican
in-
food.
Right. Yeah, that was pretty bad food.
It was that bad.
Yeah, I
it was
just took a shit.
You know,
and
it's one of those
I
places
left.
that tries to make it like you gotta buy $10 meal, and they overload you with the sides, like they overload you with
yeah.
the beans and rice.
Their
but
sides
then the actual
sucked.
meals are just
Oh yeah.
shit.
And I'm like fat and I love food and I like Mexican food and then
yeah, but she didn't feel good either.
And they're
I mean,
even
it was pretty
closer.
bad, but you know.
I was done, man. I got drunk like every single night of the tour. Like I was like just like I don't.
It's
wanna-
funny too. I'm looking at these dates. I'm going, did I? Yes, I did too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got drunk every.
I did.
Mm-hmm. The only one I probably didn't get as drunk was Dead Crow because I knew I had to drive to Gainesville. That was about it.
I got drunk that night.
I know you did.
No.
I was there.
So were you guys staying in hotels every night or motels, or was there any nights you had to sleep in the car or anything?
The only night we slept in the car was the going back for 2 hours.
And someone gave us a spot in Tallahassee.
Oh yeah, we slept.
We
in
didn't sleep in a
somebody's
car.
house.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
they gave us a nice place. We went back and we ate food. They bought us breakfast in the morning.
Wow.
Yep.
Awesome.
2 very nice ladies.
So
They were
now,
very cool.
what's it feel like for you guys to like you're in the black in the last two tours and now you're starting to feel like you're coming up? I mean,
Like Jesus with a huge dick.
yeah. Does it just like that's what I mean? Do you feel like
It-
unstoppable? Just kind of like
Not
we fucking did it.
unstoppable, but I'm thankful
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
very
it
thankful.
used to not be like that.
Yeah.
I think the weirdest emotion that I get out of it is that weird, like because you're still nobody, right? But you start to respect yourself a little. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like,
Me
all right,
laugh,
like,
sorry.
okay, like, how about, okay, so if, in your mind, if you had to think for 17
It's
straight days,
validating.
or 15 straight days, or whatever it is that you do it, and you get paid X amount of dollars, and you can travel, between all the tours that we've done now, forget about how many different cities, we haven't even computed that, but
I couldn't even remember.
I think each one of us have done somewhere near 25, we've done half the country now.
Wow.
Yeah, 20. It was like we were like he had like one more state than I did. Like I think he had
Yeah.
24 and I had 23.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, because I think I did Vermont and you never have. That's
Yeah,
about
I've
it.
never done. Fuck you, Vermont.
Which is weird
Look
though,
me.
because you've done Jersey
go
and I
right
never
now.
have. But somehow.
I would trade that in a heartbeat. I would rather do
Yeah.
Vermont than Jersey any day. Suck it, Jersey.
Yeah, I don't know about Jersey.
I'll be in New Jersey this next week
I'd rather say the word Vermont than Jersey.
at Vincenzo's
Right,
Comedy
yeah.
Shack.
Crabs and sauce.
Make sure you check them out, guys. This
Crabs and
Sunday
sauce.
night.
But it's just that weird feeling that having done all this now and knowing that there are places that you can find people who promote the shows that like you, that, I mean, you're only there one night, so I guess it's,
It still counts.
easy not to get, I guess I'm just saying it's easy for them to like you if you're not a dick for one night. I get it. you know?
Yeah.
But it's like we go doing these, and for the most part, I'm middling that feature spot, and he's headlining for the most part. So that we're doing that amount of time too, and yeah, for club amounts of money, it's less. That's true, but the idea that we could be in the black,
That's debatable.
dude.
Clubs will give you X amount of dollars, but only because you're doing fucking 15 shows there.
No,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
true. I'm just saying, like us doing 150 for the feature and headlining act on a Friday.
Yeah, sometimes it's like that.
You know.
No, I know what you meant, but I'm just saying.
Like it's just so.
I didn't want to completely undersell what we're doing.
No,
Like,
I think
a little bit.
I think we're making enough money to respect ourselves and feel really good, and it's weird.
I don't know about that. No,
Well, we're in the
just
you know.
fucking with you.
and then you come back to your home state, and then you're begging for time.
What
in
is
some
it
way,
like?
in some
I don't
ways.
know. I had like a bunch of shit lined. I don't know. I just got.
I'm just
lucky.
saying, even like the same club, it's not like yeah, I went right off to Maine and I got a couple shows this month and I did one last night. Like okay, and he had a bunch, but it's also like
But now I'm done for the month too. So
right.
if anyone has any availabilities in the greater Connecticut area,
Right before you put me on, put him on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying,
Or
like,
just the
do
other
a
way
quick
around.
5 for about $300.
Yeah.
right. I guess that's all I'm trying to say is if
Can
we
you
looked at
imagine?
our money and we looked at the time out on the road. I mean, you figure we did 31 days on the road in 2.5 months or 2 months, whatever it is. Like basically a month's worth of time in 2 months.
We did, for both tours put together with only a 2-week gap in between, and we did
It's like 18?
34 days.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And you can come back
So over a
having
month.
made money doing so much of the country.
For being, if I'm just never home, if I was just constantly touring
Right,
every
like
day,
be on the edge of death all the time, but you'd still be making it. And then I come home, and it's this weird feeling because then you're like, oh, now I gotta try to hit up all those same old contacts and see if I can get some stage time. And then there's the money aspect where they're like, we don't give a fuck about you. You're from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
never gonna not
you know.
be an open micer where you start.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's a very, very weird feeling. Like to contemplate, oh, fuck, am I gonna, do that bringer so I could get paid hosting gigs at Jokers when, like, just give it to me. It's, just,
Oh.
that's why people are watching. They're high.
Trust us, dude.
Trust us. That's my friend called him because he forgot he called him. So that's, I think, the weirdest feeling to kind of be like,
I didn't know it was them.
I have to leave the state to even ask for money that makes me
It
feel
felt.
like it's along the same lines as I know I've earned elsewhere. That's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
What do you think about those guys that tour for like 45 weeks out of a year?
I would
Could
love to
you
do
guys be
that.
those kind of guys?
Like,
what are the-
maybe.
like-
I'd have to honestly, and this is nothing against you. I'd have
No.
to do that like alone.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that's just like
oh, yeah.
that's just like you have to just be by yourself. Just
Yeah.
that guy. Like I don't care
Yeah.
about nothing. I don't live nowhere. I live in this car. I eat
Right.
paninis every day.
Yeah.
Like,
or at least kind of better accommodations or something. Like if we
Well, yeah,
like
if
with
there
the
was
bigger
that,
comedian,
yeah.
like bigger comedians,
like
they
our
have
own
like
rooms.
right, like your
Yeah,
own
right.
rooms. You have like a nice hotel. You might be on the road for 40 whatever weeks out of the road, but you're like
We get
in the
good
same town.
hotels, but like we have to share a room.
Yeah, and the thing is like we're doing one-nighters. Like, yeah, we did 2 nights in Gainesville, or, we went to Orlando twice, non-consecutive. But say, for example, I don't know, of a guy who's maybe like, up here, but not like Louis or some shit. Like, say Doug Benson or something. Say he did 40 weeks on the road. That motherfucker's going to go to Go Bananas or the Funny Bone or
Yeah.
some other place.
Airplane.
He's going to go on a plane.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna, if he does drive, he's gonna have his middler drive, as we saw in that documentary, and then he's gonna have a film crew, and he's gonna get a hotel for he's gonna be in the same spot for 6 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's boring as shit, but you're not driving 6 hours a day, trying to go through the same CDs you had. Not like punching yourself in the dick because it's the same crops field that you saw for the last.
I always punch myself.
You know what I
in the
mean? You're
dick
just
when
like, I
sit
need
down.
to feel something else. You know what I mean? Like, you get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think if someone said, hey, 46 weeks out of the year,
We ate at
You
some
know.
of the same rest stops we were at a year
Yeah.
earlier.
Oh,
Like
no.
that is like a fucking crazy realization
Mhm.
when you're like, did we eat here before? And I go, well, if it is, then Wendy's would be. Oh my God, Wendy's
Yeah.
is right there.
yep.
Like, and just realizing that, and then
Yep.
eating the same fucking thing, and you're like, it's still KFC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I ate a lot of KFC on that tour.
I had
I
another
don't
question.
normally eat KFC. Oh, sorry.
Oh no. That I didn't want to lose was, do you guys, when you go on tour this time, especially you're down south a lot and you're in places, do you think that the people there appreciate your comedy a little more because it's different from what they're used to? Because it's a different, it's the south.
I think no matter where I go,
There's a shock value to
no
what
one's
he's gonna
really
do
used
anyway,
to
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I do see, not to like give into that Southerners are dumber
Mhm.
stereotype, but I could definitely see sometimes lines or two going up over people's heads. Or it's just
I think
anywhere.
it's a
like it's
different
also
kind
like
of,
bars and like
yeah.
you know, there's so many.
There were a few
variables.
sets where we were like, if you don't get this joke, this is gonna be a long.
Yeah, like
We'd said it out loud.
I had a
that.
line where I was like, if that's not like, is that not funny or do you not get that?
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, I can handle it if it's not funny, but if that's like the thinker, then like I just don't even know what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Right. I don't think it's necessarily that way across the board. I think that.
It is nice knowing that it's funnier other places than just where you're from.
Yeah,
You're
that's
like,
gotta be
oh,
pretty
it is
validating.
actually
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Thank fucking
Right.
God.
Yeah, that's nice. Especially like you said, when you go to certain places. You know, if you're in Iowa City at some basement bar, you know, in a college town, but then you're in St. Louis at, you know, this other bar with crazy people during the week, or you're at this, you know, Pensacola, Florida, or no, what was that? Where was Kyle's one? St. Petersburg. It's the P's. I can't get it out of my head. We were supposed to go to Pensacola. If you're in St. Petersburg and it's like this kind of rowdy punk tattoo, you know, almost like Blues Brothers vibe to the place, and know that your comedy can work in any of those environments, and then come home and bomb at an open mic because no one gives a shit with the same jokes, it's like such a weird, you know, feeling either way.
I think that's much better because then you're appealing to a broader spectrum of people. And that's what really makes great comedians. You know,
if we bombed for fucking a month, I think we wouldn't be. We would have
kill
killed
myself.
ourselves.
Yeah, right.
We would have been Thelma and Louising it. I would have been grabbing his hand in fucking Alabama, like, we're done. This is it. We're driving into the ocean.
The only thing I didn't agree with was when I came back, I actually felt like from this one, I destroyed. No, I like all my shows when I came back were great. And it was just because, like, I just did not give a fuck.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'd
the
run through my
confidence.
jokes so many times, I was, like, an autopilot. Like,
You have the
yeah, we're
timing
going to,
with
like, this thing, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, no, I felt the same.
Mind if I use
you know,
that?
Go ahead.
Like,
It
I
really
had
worked for me.
Yeah. No, I did, like, say Rebecca's show last night. I did this.
Rebecca Rush.
I did this show
That
at like a fucking gingerbread house, basically in Old Lyme, and it was all these rich people. Like half of them were rich old people, and then the other half didn't speak English because they were like these Eastern European people who owned
It was
it.
like any
it was like
show
this
in New York.
right? Kind of.
Bang.
You know?
No one speaks English.
And I went up there and I
They
did-
don't know why they're there.
But like the attitude is true though, because after the I got to give more credit. Because after the road, I went out to Maine. I had 2 banging shows. It was fun as shit, and I didn't give a fuck. I tried new material at every single show because
wow.
I just didn't give a fuck. I was like, you know what? I haven't been to a mic. I've been doing shows for 17 straight days, and 2 weeks before that for 18, whatever it was. I'm like, fuck this. I had some ideas, and I haven't mic'd it yet. Let me throw some shit out there. And, you know.
How'd it go? Or how'd they go?
Well, I think
My new shit did not work, I will say. I will say that right away.
I think it was good, you know, for what it is. I'm not going to sit there and be like, man, I walked up there, had it right on paper, and fucking killed it. Like, that's not...
This happened today, and then I said it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to... That's not the truth, but I also think that I flushed out enough things and kept them involved enough and then had the rest to back it up where I was fine, you know? And that's nice, because... You know, if you could sit down for 15 minutes and take 2 or 3 just to fuck around for a second and still be able to hang in there.
Mm-hmm.
Ask me a year ago, I don't know if I could have done that. And that's all, you know, I think with all the touring we do, it's got to be one of the benefits. You know.
I don't know. I've been awesome since the first time I ever did stand. I just walked up and I killed it.
And
Did
then-
45 minutes at a shitty open mic.
And
And
then, yeah.
Standing
Like,
up.
no. what-
standing out with fucking 16 people.
How much more time? Just keep going, man.
Crushed
Just...
a beer can on my head. Had a stack of cans up to here. I wasn't even feeling buzzed yet. Just killed it.
Mm-hmm.
What advice would you guys give comics that haven't toured yet that
Don't
want to do
do
this?
it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Or
Just know that it's gonna suck real bad.
Yeah, have a few bucks in your pocket to go out.
You're gonna lose
That's for
money
sure.
the first
We did it like
5
5
times.
Yeah.
When was the first time you guys did it? How long ago?
Probably a year and a half ago at this point.
April 2013.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
And
So is
yeah,
it?
I
has
think
it
we
been
made like
trial and error?
$200 in like 10 days.
yeah,
So
yep.
So
that's like a show now.
What is the key to making more money? Just getting to know the people, just getting the networking going.
Getting
after...
getting better credits.
Yeah.
Having done it.
Mm-hmm.
Understanding what you're getting yourself into, budgeting skills, progressing as a human being.
I think also if some people,
crippling drug addiction, a lot of other shit.
I think it helps because the more you go out, and the more people see that you're doing it.
Yeah, your reputation almost starts to precede you at a certain point.
Right, because they're like, oh, you guys came through that place. You know.
Or you're returning now. You're like, I've been
Right.
here before. They're like,
Okay.
oh yeah, you didn't suck that bad. And you're like,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, we
Like,
didn't lose money the last time you came through. Here's a couple bucks. But I also
it gets
feel
better
like
every time though. So
yeah, but I also feel like it's a very small network of people who put on decent shows.
yeah.
Even if it's throughout the country, I don't give a fuck. You've been to some place. There's like that one guy who runs that nice bar show on a Monday, and you're like, I can't believe that shit. We're going back there, whatever. And you got to route that.
And then that room gets shut down 2 weeks later.
Right. But what I'm saying is like those people know each other. Because we seem to be finding these
You
people
see a lot of the same people. You're like,
Yeah.
oh no shit, like
Really?
Yeah, right. Or I know you, like I accepted your friend request because you're friends with, so-and-so from this state, and he hooked me up, and then you start kind of,
there's like
compiling
I'd say
those.
like 5-6 groups, including me and him,
Mm.
of like no name, constantly touring people that we all
yeah.
are associated. Like we all know who you know what I mean?
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
There's
Yeah.
like
Oh, that's
there's
cool.
like different couple.
Do they
cliques
ever
from,
come
like,
up this way and give them shows?
They do.
Yeah.
They did my last festival
Yeah,
show.
there's the altercation punk people. They do
Oh,
that
alright.
shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's
And Carlos Valencia has that
Carlos
loose tie to
Valencia
them.
is pretty big onto doing that.
Mm-hmm.
He's done shows with us before.
Yeah.
And do these guys tour like so many, like 40 something weeks out of the year, or are they
Not
just
that
kind
much.
of?
I don't know. I think they do it like us, but if not, like a little bit longer of a stretch.
Yeah,
Maybe
like
they'll-
JT's last
JT
tour
did
was
like a month
30
straight,
months.
like,
Yeah,
fuck
30 days.
that.
Yeah. But then he won't go out for another couple months, and we'll maybe have another 2-week tour by then. So like he did 30 days straight, whereas we did 34 days separated
In 2 months.
in a couple. Right. So
So how many more tours do you think you're gonna have to get under your belt before you guys can like live as comedians?
probably another 10 years.
Wow.
I don't know. I think I quit comedy just now.
I'm just saying.
I think I legit.
You heard it here first, folks.
I'm
Brian
just saying something
Barganier
else.
I'm retiring.
done with comedy.
I'm just saying something else has to happen.
Yeah.
So so comics don't do that anymore. You don't
TV
like.
credits help.
Yeah.
credits
Also.
help.
Yeah. Or
So-
you finally get some in at a club, and then you could say you headline or featured there. So then that goes in your resume, and the next time you do the tour, you might get one
Well, that's
weekend.
what I was saying. Yeah,
at
like
some
credits and shit. Like
Yeah.
your reputation.
What about like moving to somebody who moves to New York and you just do New York shows every night of the week?
Dude,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
can do
that's-
comedy if you live in New York for like 4 years and you don't suck and you do it for 4 years in New York, you'll get on television.
Right.
Straight up. But you have to not die or quit
Or,
or stop doing
be happy
comedy.
living in a fucking
Yeah.
2-bedroom
I tried to
apartment with
move to
7
New York,
people
like,
for
2 years
$800 a
ago.
month too.
I moved to New York 2 years ago for like 2 weeks and then I just realized how much I disliked it, so I just was like, fuck this.
Mhm.
And I was subletting to live on a couch, so
Oh yeah.
that was not. And my roommate that I was subletting from got evicted. So a lot of things
A
happened.
lot happened in 2
Right.
weeks.
Wow. It's a rough
I could have
week.
stayed the rest of the month, but I was like, I'll literally just piss away more money. Like it's hard to just find shit,
Mm-hmm.
and it sucks. New York sucks living there.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I
mean,
like going there, but like if you're in New York for like 3 days, like at least for me, like I go outside, I'm just like, man, these people do
Ugh.
this shit every day. Like people wake up like just so hungover, you have no moisture in your body, you just like you can't even open your eyes. You're like, fuck, I have to go buy an orange juice or something somewhere. You go outside and there's just 45 million people like saying something racist and like, eating hot dogs. You're just like, what the fuck is going on? I'm paying $3,000 a month.
Yeah.
Fucking,
No, it's true. It's
That's a bit, man. That's a
It's just-
bit right there.
yeah,
That's
you're just
right.
like,
but it really is.
so I was on the train earlier.
Exactly.
Shut the fuck up.
But it really is too, and it's just so hard because you do have the payoff if you keep going. That's true. You know?
I like being close enough. I wish I lived like closer. I might move back to like city. I think it is like one of the next steps though is you have to live somewhere like not even just New York or LA I think anymore. At least one of like the second cities like
Oh, okay.
Austin, Denver, Chicago, San Francisco or
Well, yeah, like it just depends on
Wyoming.
what you're trying to do.
New Haven.
Portland.
Yeah, Portland too. I think it's just a matter of like, all right, can you hit up those cities enough, and then you know, like I don't know, man. Like say one of those independent guys, because we talked about JT, we talked about Carlos Valencia. We look up to Stanhope too, and Stanhope tries to portray this lore of like, oh fuck the clubs, I just do these shows where people book shit for me. I have my own in-grown crowd now. Da 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 da. But that conveniently forgets that he had to win the San Francisco Comedy Festival, and that's where he got an agent, and that's when he moved to L.A.
And he'd already done television and shit.
And then he ended up on the Man Show, and then like
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you can't win the San Francisco Comedy Festival, get an agent, move to L.A., get on a television show, do that stupid stunt he did with Girls Gone Wild, and book your own shows and try to like have your own, like it's his style too. Like he started his own colony of people because of his style.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like if you just get some guy who's like, hey, the weather was, you're not gonna get that. And then even all these years later, when he claims not to want to work, he comes up with a podcast. He puts out a special every 2 years. He ends up on Louis. Like, he, something.
Gotta do work, people.
I'm
That's
just
why
saying
they call
something
it
else has to
show
happen.
Business, not show fun. All right.
I'm just saying something else has to happen.
Somebody should write that down.
Something.
No,
good.
I'm
No.
not trying to be a dick about this, but
No,
I was,
no, you're
like,
right.
it was in between the tours. I'm hanging out with a friend of mine at this bar in New Haven. I hadn't seen him for a while. I was just like, he's like asked me, because he has what I feel is like one of those great but bad jobs. He does like computer programming, but he gets to work from home.
Okay.
So he's just like at home in his pajamas playing with his dog all day, but he's like his hours are way different than most people, so they fluctuate, and he's trying to have dinner, but somebody from India is like, hey, you said that, whatever, right? So he has work, but it's like non-conventional, non-office kind of shit. So it's like he kind of gets where I'm coming from. So we're talking about that shit, and then he asked me about mine. I'm like, man, I don't know. We're doing this tour. We talked about doing, it was like, oh, we're gonna try to commit to doing the live stream every day, and Jesus, and then with the driving and the show, and after the talking to a stupid camera for an hour when no one like, as if it was this big deal. And he just goes, you have to try, right? Like you have to do stuff to get people's attention.
You have to have content to put out there.
Right.
You can't just go, but I have so many good ideas. Then fucking do it.
Yeah, especially these days, because
Oh yeah.
people are doing everything.
The internet helps too, though.
Yeah, it
with
really
these
does.
tours and everything.
Absolutely.
Without Facebook, we would not be able to do this.
That's
so
right.
thanks,
Yeah.
Mark Zucker. Fuck whatever.
Yeah, you
your
took
fucking-
all my privacy out of my phone,
Yeah.
you piece of shit. But
Thanks for
the
starting what is only Skynet, the Terminator.
Until
I
we
can-
can enjoy it for now.
So I can
That's
go
it.
to Columbia, Missouri.
Oh, we're down to one viewer. We must have pissed somebody
Oh
off.
my god, these fucking PC.
Stanhope is watching.
pieces of
He's
shit.
like,
Stanhope was
fuck you.
Don't you want to hear about my trials and tribulations?
But like, look
We've
at
done
it.
an
Like,
hour, though,
I
so-
read
Yeah,
some
we got
article.
3 minutes left. But.
Yeah, I read some article the other day about Bill Burr because he's got the new special and all this
Yeah.
shit. And someone on Splitsider wrote it before the interview, and it said, Bill Burr, once he got to the point of doing specials and stuff, he was funny and he was respected and he was getting shows, but he wasn't on the level of how you know him now. And part of the reason why is that he had that show in Philly where they heckled everybody off the stage, and he told them to go fuck themselves for
Yeah, but
15
that was
minutes.
also an Opie and Anthony show, and he'd been doing
No,
that.
but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, even with all that stuff, he didn't have the notoriety then. Patrice O'Neal was bigger than him then. You know what I mean? Like, so they're saying, like, he had to plug away. He had specials. He had guest spots consistently on major radio stations.
But
he
it was
getting
that video.
paid well enough to live. But then suddenly he has a YouTube clip of him telling the entire city of Philadelphia to go fuck themselves for 15 minutes. And along with his work ethic,
Yeah.
he ends up.
Well, we were just talking about this earlier exactly with Dave Sheehan, and he was talking about luck, and I said we all agree that luck is important, but you have to be ready for when the luck comes. So if you plug away, like you said, you work hard, then you get that lucky break, whatever it is, then you're ready for it. Boom, and you're there, you know?
Well, yeah, I don't want to. Fuck it, I'll say it, and if he hates me, then he hates me, and I don't have a tour to go on. It's fine. But I feel for Derek Santos because he's struggling with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome that he was on television, and he earned it.
Yeah.
But if he was to get any offers now to headline a club, he's 2 to 3 years in, or 4. You know,
3. I don't know.
and like so, and a headlining a club wants you to do an hour.
Yeah.
I don't have an hour.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not judging him.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he got this opportunity, and he's trying to make the most of it. He's working hard. Him and I are gonna go out on the road together. He's a good kid. I'm just saying, it's like what you said. He had that bit of luck, so to speak. Like I said, I think he earned it. He was funny. He had this act that was appealing to television. I think he's awesome. But I also know that if he wanted to go, if the offers were there, I'm not even saying they are, I don't know his business. But if the offers were there, hey, do you want to headline my club for a weekend here, that. He'll tell you he doesn't have an hour. Who does? Nobody well, you do an hour often enough, but like
Yeah.
Take that.
no, come on, I'm giving you credit. I'm just saying.
I know.
Like, how many people do you know that could just do an hour all the time
Yeah.
and not money, right?
Yeah.
There are people who
Dude,
do an hour all the time and shouldn't, maybe, but there are like, I'm like, fuck. If Derek only had 2 more years before he did that, he might have that hour and be able to go out on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
like
agree.
he's doing what he can with it now.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not shitting on him. I'm just saying
That
it,
helps
like
with
you said.
touring too, to be able to like, can you do 45 minutes? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Because then when you ask for real money, you're not asking because you know, hey, can I do 15 minutes on your show? By the way, I need $150.
Yeah.
They're like, this is a bar show on a Wednesday in the middle of Evansville, Indiana, or some shit. They're like,
you have to
you
perform in
can't.
your underwear and it's a door deal.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, that's
You
what I
know?
was going. What did you guys make on that deal? Did you make out? Did they?
That was
That
the
night, we
worst
got-
paying show.
'Cause
we
they
did.
don't-
Worst
donated,
paying
right?
show, but
I'll
we
tell
got-
you exactly how much money we got paid to do it. We got paid $62 fucking dollars to do that show.
Wow.
And you're
And the
And you
room
did
was
an
packed.
hour, right?
No, but wait though.
I did like
The
40
room was
minutes, yeah.
packed. I want that to be known. The room was full. We both had good sets.
We did. We had abnormally good sets.
Abnormally good sets. And then their return to us was 60.
I might have sold some CDs, but I don't remember.
Oh, we were hammered.
I know, but
Might have
I pushed my
gave some
merch
away.
booth like a fucking.
No, that's why I'm saying you might not
Psychopath.
remember because we were hammered.
Actually, you were more drunk than I was.
Yeah,
that
I was
night.
pretty hammered. Yeah, I was.
Someone was drunk yelling outside
Oh yeah.
while I'm trying to sell.
I'm like hiding behind a bus,
Merch.
screaming.
nice.
That was a.
I had a reason to stay sober-ish. There was something going on at
That close.
that close, man.
Broad City.
Asians.
Aw.
I talked to her since. She was very nice.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it right now. But I'll
I-
talk about it off the air.
I do want
I
to
wanna
ask
be
you guys
nice.
one thing before we go.
Sure.
The Tom Green thing. What?
Fuck
You-
you!
let him-
I knew this is shit was
Let
gonna
him
go.
have it. Let him have it. I talked a lot.
You guys don't have
Oop,
to if you
sorry,
don't want
sorry.
to.
No. I want him to let it out. I'm
Okay.
letting
We
him
did a
have
whole
it.
podcast
Please,
episode about it.
please let it out because I saw a little thing on Facebook, but
Yeah.
I don't really know what happened.
Yeah.
Just let us know what happened. Don't be afraid to
So you
say
want me to
fuck
take
you
charge
to
of this?
whoever.
Take charge.
Let me-
I'll,
let me
interject when I want.
Drink something real quick.
First of all, I want you to know that we have to get booked ahead of time. No. I'm setting it up. We get booked ahead of time. They ask
Have you
us
ever
to
watched
submit.
the show?
Not like a little.
They have like fans Skype in with the guests and like you ask them a question, but they cast that shit.
Right.
All right.
So it's
Spoiler, people! It's not just fans. I've never watched a show. I've gotten to Skype in twice.
Nice.
So we're doing that, and I don't know what really got the inspiration for me to do that, but I was just being an asshole.
You're doing the Skype in, you're saying, or you're doing?
Yeah, we were just doing that, like what we've done before.
All right.
And I go, play my stand-up, and they were like, no. And I was like, why not? And they're like, send us a clip. So I do, and they go, send more clips. So I guess it sucked. So I sent them like 3 or 4 more clips, and then they just still go, all right, we're gonna do it, and we're gonna use the first one. So I guess the other ones were even shittier. But yeah, good. So
Probably too graphic.
So Andrew Dice Clay is gonna be on the show. So like instead of like Skyping in, the producer, he was there. The producer calls me. I don't care if this fucks everything. Fuck Tom Green. Fuck that show. Fuck Andrew Dice Clay. I'm so excited that they're gonna do this. I'm like, this is like a big deal actually. Like they're gonna play my fucking stand-up.
I gave him my laptop and I was gonna Skype on my phone because he had to look good.
I was
and he
being
had
like
to
a nervous little
understand.
bitch about it. I was like really like.
That's understandable.
I was
Yeah.
excited. Like we lost internet and I almost cried. So like, the producer calls me on Skype. He's like, hey, like this is how we're gonna do it. You're gonna call in. Well, they call you and then you just sit on hold on Skype. And so like we'll call you and then we're gonna cut to you and be like, hey. You go, hey Tom, did you get my clip? And then bam, we'll play the clip and then you ask Dice Clay for feedback. Wasn't like, super excited about it, but that was the only way they were gonna even plausibly
Gotcha.
like do this. So I was
Yeah.
like, fuck
Okay.
yeah, my
'Cause he's a
plan's
stand-up.
working. I'm a genius. Suck it. Dice Clay is gonna fucking call me a fag. Whatever. Like,
Yeah.
so Dice Clay just starts babbling, and I'm just on hold for a super long time. They hang up on me at one point.
Oh no.
They call back 5 minutes. They put me back on hold for like 30 plus minutes. And Dice Clay's just screaming like Brooklyn shit with his opener chick who just comes on.
Yep.
They try and get her mic'd, and then they just go, we're not going to have time for it. And then they just hung up on me. And I go, can we reschedule it? And they're like, that was the season finale. So I was like, man, I got like the most likes I've ever gotten on Facebook that I was doing this.
Yeah, everybody was
Tonight,
like,
like-
wow, I can't believe you guys have made it. I remember
Yeah,
someone,
I
I
was-
remember my friend's sister, who's like younger sister, she
Was it-
remembers me from growing up. The same kid who called him and was like, who are you? You called me last night. Like that, my friend Wyatt,
All right.
his sister Amy on Facebook going, I remember that time we tricked you into sleeping in my beagle's dog cage, and now you're on TV. This is fucking wow. And then it never.
That was the
it
most
just
backhanded
didn't-
compliment I've ever heard in my life. But yeah, I don't know. For me, it was a big deal because like I've done some TV stuff now, but it was all like writing or weird stuff. But they were actually gonna play my stand up on a nationally syndicated television show, and I just like totally like bossy chicked my way into it.
Yeah.
Like there was no reason for them to even like say yes to like this like,
Yeah, they could've
literally
been like, some
wild
other guy.
demand I made. I just knew the producer, so I just fucking was like, hey, can I fucking do that? And they were like, no, and I was like, come on, and they were like, all right.
Yeah.
And I was just so like,
on,
oh my
alright.
god, I like beat the system. Like, is that how you get on television? And I guess that's how you get not on television.
Dice.
Yeah,
Fuck
basically
Dice Clay.
Dice screaming at some woman.
I heard a particular person on Twitter named Hulk Hogenstein's been sending him mean-spirited tweets for the past 3 days.
When was that supposed to happen?
That was one of the off
Where
nights
were
we
we?
had on
Yeah.
tour. We were in Ocala, Florida, between the Deerfield Beach and
That was the Thursday we had open, right?
it was one of the off days. We had 2
Yeah.
off days on this tour, which is
No,
even
that
crazy that we
sucks.
made money because we had 2 days where we didn't even make
Which
money.
means that we had to sit in a hotel and not make money,
Yeah,
Oh,
buy
yeah.
a
Still.
hotel room.
Yeah.
So,
and we
who's
still
a
made
booking
up.
genius? All right. Yeah, so fuck Andrew Dice Clay. Fuck Tom Green.
Yeah. Unless they want you back on the show, and then you're like, oh, I love those guys.
Yeah, he'd have to see this podcast first.
Yeah,
or my podcast.
If he's the viewer who just checked in, because we went down to 1, we got another one
If this
now.
is Steve, the producer, you could suck my balls that look like old man elbows.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
well,
right.
on that note,
All right,
guys,
if
we're
this,
gonna.
wait, if this is Steve, I'm still cool, man. Just hit me
Yeah.
up. I realize that Dice
I
Clay
wish it
just
could have
took
worked
shit
out
over.
for the better, but I'm upset that you guys were just so negligent about it.
Can you give him an internet hug?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Can you at least
Shout
just
out.
respond to my message on
Give us a
Twitter?
donation
'Cause
at
that's how you get on
comedylol.com.
television.
Yeah,
Tweet-
comedylol.com, donation. Check
Click it.
made out to Brian and Jerry.
Yes.
Yes.
Sweet.
Boom. All right, guys. Thanks for coming. This is awesome.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Great time. You want
Alright.
any? How do we get a hold of you guys? Anyone listening?
I want more people on Twitter because I hate that fucking Facebook thing. It's at Jerry M Comedy and JerryIsn'tFunny.com.
All right.
Cool.
At Brian Barganier
On Twitter.
and comedylol.com
Yeah.
/Brian. Boom.
And
Boom.
Booze Binge Hour.
Booze
We
Binge
put
Hour.
up some new
Binge Hour.
videos while we were on the road from
Yes.
the
yeah,
tours
anytime
2 tours ago.
Yeah, we'll have the rest of that tour from last May.
Yeah. So go to YouTube, Booze Binge Hour.
Yeah, the Booze
Watch
Binge
our
Hour.
videos.
A lot of cool stuff coming out.
Yep.
And at Booze Binge.
Right.
On Twitter.
On Twitter. We don't have enough followers. It's ridiculous.
Yes,
we followed
keep it
100 of
going.
you fuckers, and we only got 40 follow backs. So,
Gross.
So fuck you, and hurry
And
up and do
follows. All right, guys.
Thank
Good night.
you, Mark Zuckerberg.
that.